How's it going, everybody? So back again with a rapid game today here on chess.com. Looks like I'm playing Pakira, rated 1687. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So per the usual, I am going to be focusing on time management with the idea of trying to get to 24 moves before, or sorry, 15 moves before 24 minutes. That's my first kind of time hurdle, and we'll sort of go from there. So I've got it in this, I think they call this Zen mode or something, or focus mode. Yeah, here I think I can just play e4. I'll pull it out of this every now and then just to check the number of moves that we have. Hopefully that's not too jarring in terms of what it does. Okay, so they're gonna go for like a, trying to do a King's Indian setup, but I think I should just be able to play Queen D2 here. So castling is on the cards, bishop h6 is on the cards, f3, h4, whoops, h4, h5. So maybe they're debating playing e5 here. Maybe. I don't know. e5, would that even work? I probably would just displace their king. Bishop h6 is a move. Castling is a move. Castling allows for rook e8, getting their bishop out of the way. For that reason, I think I like bishop h6 because I don't want black to keep this bishop. I'll have to check in the analysis if I think you can play castles there, but if they play rook e8 after castles queenside by white, maybe black can just play bishop h8 after white plays bishop h6. We'll have to see if sort of how that holds up, because I forget why. Pretty sure I could have castled there as white, but why it doesn't really matter, or why maybe black doesn't want to play rook e8 there yet. We'll have to see. So yeah, with this is like standard King's Indian. I think taking is probably good, so we'll go for that. And then castling, and then trying to threaten d takes e5 seems reasonable. Although if I take d takes e5 now, d takes e5, and then castle, yeah, I don't like the fight there as much. I think I like to threaten this, because that would be winning a pawn, because they couldn't recapture because the queen is insufficiently defended. I mean, f3 is definitely suggests itself. f3, h4, h5. Maybe I just go h4, h5 immediately. Okay. So here, just recapture. Here, I mean, this kind of plan looks decent. If my queen wasn't under attack, what would be a good square for my queen? Maybe back here? Yeah, because if we go queen d3, then they've got maybe b4s, which could be annoying. In some cases, this could line up over here if I can play out this plan h4, h5. Yeah, I think we can do this. I want to make sure my light square bishop doesn't get mad at me. Playing this kind of like f3 business. Because f3 is a normal move in these kinds of structures, but I know it's generally normal. Just here in this case, I mean, especially since I don't have a dark squared bishop, I don't want my one bishop to be a bad piece. But again, f3 is a normal kind of move in this kind of position. So. Three bishops, four bishop b5, h4 h5, f3 h4. If they play like knight b4, I can just play king b1 defending a2. Yeah, the most straightforward thing is here. Maybe bishop e2 supporting it. Yeah, let's make him a little bit unsettled. Let's just go ahead and play h4. All right, let me check my time, or the number of moves. We're on move 11, and trying to get to move 15 with 24 minutes or more on the clock. We're staying pretty equal in terms of time, so I'm okay with my time management as of yet. Moves like knight f3. Whoops. Moves like knight f3, knight g5. Hitting this guy kind of suggests themselves. Yeah, that seems like a good plan from this vantage point in the game. Because I want to develop my kingside pieces. If knight f3, bishop g4, maybe just bishop e2. I don't really care about that pin. Yeah, I played a game recently where I kind of pinned in my bishop here with putting the pawns on light squares. I think almost the same kind of variation where you trade off the bishop. And I remember it being somewhat uncomfortable for a bit. Not to say that it was necessarily bad, but just from a playability perspective, I'm just trying to keep an eye on that. Alright, so here, so bishop e2 seems plausible. f4, really kind of asking for f4. Knight f3. If I end up with a pawn on f3, it's not the worst. It's not ideal, but it's not the worst. So I'm thinking about knight f3. I'm thinking about bishop e2. I mean, because it looks like they want to put a piece on c4. One of these guys. So do I want this and I'll end up with a pawn here, or do I want them to end up with a piece on c4? It's kind of what I'm weighing. We play this immediately. Knight takes, rook takes. Not convinced, especially given the development of my other pieces. So f3, no, not f3. That's too slow at this point. I'm really thinking knight f3. Yeah, let's go for that. I'll just move this capture. Alright, so I got to 24 minutes. I think I'm a little under my goal, but again, my opponent is pretty close to me in time, so it kind of mitigates those concerns. My next goal is I'm trying to get to move 23 with 16 or more minutes on the clock. It's just really something that I personally have to look at in my game. It's just sort of improving my time management. So yeah, I feel like I've lost a lot of games because of time trouble that I shouldn't have lost. So yeah, just really trying to focus on that. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like to find the right move as opposed to the practical move, and that can get you into time trouble. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, if black plays like knight c4 here, I'm pretty sure I have to take it. Okay, so this is kind of odd. So they are going to try to expand on the queen side. I can just come right in here and go after their bishop. That seems plausible. I mean, taking here, just they recapture, and if we trade everything, or I might be able to win a pawn in that line. So if I take here, they recapture. What stops me from winning a pawn doing this? Okay, so knight takes e5, d takes e5, queen g5, threatening their queen. Whoops. Threatening their queen and threatening their pawn. And I don't see a way that they can defend their pawn. Although they could just block it. They're putting their knight there. Block their queen, which would defend the pawn. Block their queen. Okay, so this is not clear. So knight takes, d takes, queen g5, knight d7. Knight d7. If they play knight d7, maybe I'll just go here. That's awkward for them, because I'm both threatening. Well, I'm at least threatening this. I feel like this is a decent line. Now let's go for it. I think they have to play this. I don't want to trade queens. I think I just want to retreat. Keep an eye on the pawn. On the e5 pawn. Maybe just try for an h-file attack. Seems like a decent concept. Thankfully, I haven't played the smart move King B1 yet, because if they played Queen E7, I couldn't take because of this discovered attack that Black would have on my queen. Bishop. So yeah, we're really staying close in time. I appreciate an opponent who is similarly taking their time. It's very frustrating when you're playing somebody that just blitzes through moves. Okay, so I don't think this solves the problem of their pawn. What do they have stopping me? I mean, I'm pinning their knight. They don't have a good discovery with their bishop. Alright, let's go for this. Alright, so I'm looking at moves like this, whoops, this, and this next. Trying to play here. The possibilities. Yeah, I'm really sort of weighing this move heavily, just trying to connect my rooks and complete my development. I do have to watch out for my queen. My queen is, I mean, we like to have centralized pieces, but with minor pieces still on the board like this, queen having no protection, my queen being lined up against their queen, I feel like there's tactical liabilities that could arise there. I mean, I'm attacking their c pawn as of this point too, so they've got to somehow account for that. Threatening queen takes c7. Yeah, this is a situation where even if I was allowed to take on c7, maybe it's not the greatest, because then they're going to get a chance to chase my queen around and get a little bit of initiative. Maybe it's just better to play bishop e2 and then just try to go for this. I feel like that's what I'm leaning towards. I mean, their kingside pieces are just kind of in a shambles as it is. I could even go for So this looks kind of weird. Does this work? I mean, we just trade queens here, yeah? And then I'll take your bishop. I'll take this, you've got a recapture. I'll take your bishop, you get a pawn, but... Are they arguing that they get to come in here? And if they come in there, they're threatening this. Maybe. Yeah, I feel like... Huh. It doesn't really cut it. This is so weird. What a weird position. Could take here, still threatening their bishop. Okay, so queen takes, let's say rook takes. Knight takes, takes here. And their argument is that they're coming in here next. Maybe. But I don't feel like it's good enough. Because we're even material as it stands. I get a piece up, they get a pawn back for it. Let's say I do this. Just getting a rook out of the way. Yeah, this doesn't... I feel like I'm just up too much material here for this to be justified. Alright, so again I take here, they take here. They don't have a check with their knight from there, so I can go here. They'll take here, I'll capture. They'll recapture. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe not. My bishop is looking a little uncomfortable. I could do this too. Just bring my king over. That might be better, in fact. It's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So if I go here, they could win a pawn, but I'm going to come get their bishop. At most, they get 2 pawns for the piece. That should be winning. I think I have to take this. So again, let's just look at this straightforwardly. Here. I could go here. They'll take. Maybe we do this. They take. I'll take. In that resulting position, I have a knight and a rook. Yeah, maybe I don't like that. Knight, a rook, and a bishop against Let's try this again. So knight takes here, here, then they go here, here, they go here, take. I've got 4 pawns, a rook, a knight, and a bishop against 6 pawns. So 2 pawns and a rook against 2 minor pieces. I don't really like that. It just seems like it's letting black off too easily. So I really do think this is best here, and then just coming over. So let's go for this. We'll see. Okay. So you get 2 pieces for their bishop. Sorry, 2 pawns for their bishop. Okay, so I could just solidify this pawn with this move. I don't like putting my pawns on light squares, that's for sure. So they are coming for my knight, of course. But I do think that's a decent idea. Yeah, let's go for this. We'll have to try to figure out the issue of pawns on light squares later. So now I want to get my bishop developed. Maybe this is too slow though. I think I just want to get this going and get some play on the file. I don't think I want to bring my bishop off this file either, or off this diagonal either, so should be doing okay. On e2, it's not ideal, but we are up material, and my unideal bishop, gives black some compensation, but probably not enough. Okay, so arranging their pawns on light squares, and they're saying I could go for this. Stop their knight from coming into these squares. This kind of maneuver. I feel like I do want to get my bishop developed. I don't know, this is kind of in between. So I do feel like maybe not letting their knight get terribly active might be a good idea. So let's go for that, yep. They play h5, then we get this. Still just reducing their knight's activity. It's kind of a trade-off move. I'm not getting my pieces active, but I'm trying to keep their pieces inactive. Alright, so we have a bit of a slog. Yeah, I want to play moves like this and then get active on the d file with my rooks next. If they play b4, I think I have knight a4. Just not getting in my bishop's way. Knight a4 to knight to c5 after that. c5 is a good square for my knight. That's, again, if they play b4, knight a4, knight to c5. That's sort of what I would be looking at. Alright, so they go for some kind of doubling maneuver. Here I think bishop e2. I gotta watch out for tactics. Could also come in and threaten this pawn, rook d6, but I think I'm skirting my development too much doing that. Bishop e2, and I gotta look out for tactics. It's my potentially problematic bishop. Let's go for this. Yeah, this bishop has kind of been the story of this game so far. It's been problematic. Okay, so they're looking to come into d5. I can immediately challenge them. Rook d6. That looks pretty plausible. Let's go for that. If they play, say, knight c5, I think just king b2 or even king c2. King c2 might be better. Yeah, just staying closer to the center and not being on a square that the knight would check. From c5, that is. Alright, let's just play good, solid, tactical chess at this point. Tactical liability with this bishop. Gotta look out for that. There's also an argument to go to b2 with my king. I can imagine if this pawn is taken away that my king could come under some fire, but that's a little off in the distance as of this point. Although it does make me feel a little uncomfortable having them lined up with my king like this, although I could just immediately go threaten their knight and get some development with rook h to d1. That seems plausible. H to d1. Yeah, let's go for it. Probably knight c5, I would imagine, after which I think king b2 actually might be decent. Now let's go for this. Maybe I'm thinking about ideas like this, just attacking this square. Although a5 by black could shut that down. Maybe I want to eject this knight. Just like this move. Yeah, that's it. I think that's a good move. Okay, how can I improve my pieces here? So maybe I want to do this. protect my bishop and then bring my knight over like this. Though I'm not sure what it's doing there. What would be a good square for my knights? That's a tough question. Maybe I just want to try to exchange rooks. It's not ridiculous, but probably not necessary. So maybe here and then this. I'm also drawn to the idea of possible discoveries on the knight. So this. Yeah, let's go with this. I don't know about this move. Yeah, if the knight moves in the situation, this is pinned. This piece right, the pawn here is pinned. It's a tactical point. Okay, in response to this, I think I can just take here, and if they recapture with their pawn, I'll just take their knight. Take here, they recapture with their knight, I'll take their knight. They'll take with their pawn, I'll take with my pawn. They've got 2 defending, I've got 2 attacking here. So here, 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 and takes, takes, takes. Here, takes, takes, here, takes, takes, takes. I'll probably just go here. Yeah, let's go for this. This is getting really tactical. I'm noticing that I didn't think about this sufficiently, probably. Probably just recapture. Yeah, I don't think that's killer. Yeah, so if knight takes e4, knight takes e4, f takes e4, I'm up a pawn and a knight. Well, I've won a pawn and a knight for a pawn. They're going to get a pawn back, and they'll probably get my knight back, but I can get this pawn. Yeah, what a tactical mess. I don't think this is lost material, but I gotta navigate this. let's check this out again. Knight takes, pawn takes. Probably pawn takes. Just pawn takes? Rook takes. Could even play this because of the pin. These pawns are loose. Oh yeah, this is a mess. Interesting game though. Yeah, they go for this. So take. If they take with the rook, yeah, if they go like this, I think I'm just taking it. Although I could defend my pawn. Alright, so it would be up a whole piece, but then they'll get it back. I mean, takes here, up a piece for a pawn. I think it's okay. I could counterattack this. It actually doesn't look half bad. Doesn't feel right though. It feels like I'm just leaving my stuff out there too much. Now let's go like this. Then probably just bring the bishop back, saving those 2 points after they take. Here, again, yeah, I think I'm just bringing the bishop back. I'm going to take this next. Against this. I think, yeah, I don't want to get my king hung up. Oh, it feels really awkward. It's awkward to put my king on the A file. Oy, oy, oy. Time. Awkward, weird game. To this, I think I'll just go like this. Rook check, rook d8, probably king c4. Eventually think about trying to push this. I think the king c4, the rook comes in. I think it's fine. And if they play this check, pretty sure I'm just playing king b5. Just looking to shepherd my pawn up the board. It's a tentative plan. Gotta make sure they don't. I gotta make sure of a lot of things. King b5. Let's go for that. Just go for this. Yeah, if they push this pawn, I'm just taking here on b4. So yeah, this should be winning, but it's just a matter of time and execution, both of which are very troublesome factors. So I think I just eliminate this. Alright, so they are trying to trap. I think against this, I can just push my king. Let's push it again. Or go like this. Maybe go like this. Yeah, maybe go like this. here, here. Let's go this way. Still just looking to do this. Yeah, this rook is annoying. I need to figure out something. I don't see a threat, so I'm gonna push. So they're gonna get behind. I will ask them if they want to trade. That was not good. Okay, so I can go this way. Let's check. I could go here. You just bring the bishop up to stop checks. Very tense game, very tense. My opponent's coming down on time. So here, I think I'll just do that. Good game by my opponent. Hopefully this turns out well for me, but this has been a good, interesting game by my opponent. Good job. All right, thanks for the game, sir. All right, so looks like we got some mistakes, blunders, and a missed win somewhere. So it'll be interesting to analyze this. This was a really long game, so I think I'm going to do the analysis for this in a separate video. I hope you guys enjoyed the game, and be looking forward to the analysis to come soon. Hopefully I'll have it up later this evening. Thanks a lot. Bye.